tactical part. Let's go over to the tactical part. I'll show you exactly why me would have played Latibo there instead of Dexter Lembikisa. Now, I have the. Hold on, let me see if I have the right thing. This look a little bit mixed up. See me mix up Gray and Reed. So me that have Demar Gray and Bobby Reed right so as the attacking midfielder. Seeing? No. I would use Latibo there as a right back because Steve McLaren did something against Guatemala in that game against Guatemala in the National Stadium. I don't know if you remember the final game of the first round of World Cup qualifiers. You remember that game there in the National Stadium where I think we won 3-0? Where we played them off the park. Yes, they had a weaker team. They didn't have a lot of their starters and whatever. But we played them off the park. And it's some of the best football that Jamaica play. We also play a good... We also attempted to play a similar system in the Unity Cup. We also attempted to play a similar system in US Virgin Islands. We also attempted to play the same system in all of the Unity Cup. So the system I'm talking about is where our right back would slide into the midfield. It's an inverted right back role. You get me I say? And that's how I think we can unlock a lot of potential in this team. And that is why I'm going to there. In the US Virgin Islands game, Lembikisa start. Lembikisa, his first touch is not as good. Lembikisa is not as agile. I know Latibo there is not agile, but he's much more comfortable on the ball than Lembikisa, especially in the middle of the pitch. I'm not talking about running with the ball and going forward and whipping in crosses and whatever. In terms of assisting the midfield, in terms of slotting into these areas, I think Latibo there is much, much better than Lembikisa. And that is how I want this team to play. I think I have three aspects that I want Jamaica to use when we're playing against Curacao. One is an inverted right back. I want us to use an inverted right back. It doesn't have to be right back, it can be the left back, and it's also a reason why I'm going to Amari Bell over Greg Lee, because Amari Bell is much better on the ball. Amari Bell can help transition the ball much better, can cover the defense much better, can help to link up with the midfield much better. You see me? So I want one aspect of the game that I want us to, one aspect of our play that I want us to impose on this Curacao team is an inverted fullback. That is going to unlock so much. That is going to create overloads in the midfield. It is going to outnumber them in the midfield by so much. I think they play with a midfield three. That is going to outnumber them in the midfield. And it would also unlock John Russell to make that forward run. And that is the second thing that I'm going to mention. John Russell being playing that supporting striker role. It's weird to have him come from the 8 to a supporting striker, but that's what I want from John Russell. Making those late runs. So I want an inverted fullback to unlock John Russell to make those late runs into the box along with outnumbering them in the midfield. You see me? And the third thing I want is committing numbers forward. I think Jamaica is best when we're chasing a game, and that is because we're always committing numbers forward. Whenever we take the handbrake off, whenever we try to transition the ball fast and get the ball to our wingers and we seem like we have something to fight for, that is when Jamaica play our best football. And I used to call it chaotic football, and I call it that for a reason. It's because it's not scripted. It's because we're not playing safe. It's because we're not just booting the ball up the pitch. No. Getting it to our wingers, we're putting crosses into the box, we're trying to hit the lines, we're being much, much braver. People, you can tell me if I lie, me I tell, but Jamaica plays their best football when they're chasing the game. I'ma realize that. And so I think we should commit numbers forward. One, I think we should play with an inverted right back. Two, and I think we should ask John Russell to do that late midfield run into the box. And I think that is where Jamaica would beat any Caribbean rival and would give the top 3 team or top 4 teams in CONCACAF a run for their money. On any given day if we use that system. You see me? Mission Joe Inspiration says, looks okay, but Lee much more defensively solid than Bell. Lembikisa comes in for Lati. Russell should play 10. Bobby should play 8. Bro, why do you think Bobby should play 8? Bobby can't defend any better than Russell. I know Russell is a little bit lazy in our midfield, you know, don't get me wrong. John Russell is a little bit lazy in our midfield, seeing? But Bobby Reed also get tired very fast, and Bobby Reed don't like a headless chicken when he play deep. Positionally, he's not as good as John Russell. And John Russell can master that late on into the box. Plus, Bobby Reed offers so much more in that creative midfield role. When he play through balls into Cephas, play through balls into Kadamati and Gray. You see me? Receiving the ball with him back turn to goal. Much better than Russell. You see me? So him for play the attacking midfield position there. Russell can use him physicality, can use him his height and his strength in the middle of the park. When those balls come in from the goalkeeper. Him can win the ball. Him can help for be that presence in the midfield and scare them out of the midfield. Because that's the strongest part of their team. Even though they're missing Tait Chang and what other youth name? People, me I tell Curacao midfield better than our one, you know. God damn it. Curacao midfield better than our one, you know. Me I wonder if you think a joke me I make. Curacao have a better midfield than Jamaica. But they are missing a very, very important player. And it's Tai Chang. Remember that you there with the Afro where he used to play for Sheffield. Not used to him, play for Sheffield United same way. But he was in the Premier League and he was a decent player. Tai Chang. I don't know him, man. I don't know him. I don't know him, man. But him injured. I don't think he'll be playing this game. And I'm also have a next midfielder where he used to play for Watford. Talented player. He's playing at Turkey now. Curacao team is no joke. And so we have to approach it properly and make sure so we use the right schemes and strategies to beat these teams. You see me? What the player name, man? What the player name, man? The dog name. May I find it for you, man? May I tell you exactly what I talk about? I can't find the dog name. My so tell know me I talk about, man. If anybody know the midfielder me I talk about, he used to play for Watford. He play for Curacao right now. And I think him Dutch. If you don't know, just drop the name in the comment section. I know exactly who me I talk about, man. I don't know exactly who me I talk about. I don't know exactly who me I talk about. Leandro Bacuna. Leandro Bacuna. They get me I say really, really good player. The two Bacuna them playing at the midfield and then Changa sit down. Bro, me even go on and on about this. But Curacao midfield is better than Jamaica's midfield. Learn that. You see me? Chang now go play. I think Bakuna is fit for the game. So, me I expect the two of them to play. I don't know who them are going to go with as the other third midfielder. But Chang is out. You see me? So, expect them to be really solid. Same way. Expect them to be really solid. Same way. Unseen Sports, here boy I come. Yo, Unseen, I know the thing. I'm say that from the start of the live. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited because Dujan Richards is a class of a player, bro. Them man they are gonna show no what it mean for be direct and just run at players and be unafraid. And them man they make for the moment too. Lati can't start, bro. Why wouldn't not stop madness? Bro, I'm telling you why. Alright, unseen. This is how me would have played if I was Steve McLaren. When we have the ball, this is how I would put the team in build up. If we have the ball, John Russell progress like this, Ian Frey, Latibodier comes to help in the midfield. Damian Lowe drop wide. Ethan Pinnock anchor the team. Amari Bell, something like this. See? Something like this. Latibodier sliding at the midfield. Ian Frey. Bobby Reed. You see that midfield box here? This is how we're going to win the game. This is how we're going to win the game. This is how we're going to win the game. This is how, when we are play, when we have the ball, this is how we should set up. You see me? And this game is going to be won in this area. Curacao midfield is no joke, bro. Curacao midfield is no joke, and yes, we're going to win the game. Outnumber them in the midfield, bro. I mean, I talk about Gray helping yet. You see me? I not talk about Cephas helping yet. I not talk about Kadamari helping yet. And that I take enough pressure off a man like them. It take enough pressure off of the attackers. You see me? But I want Latibodiera slide into the midfield, helping the team, shielding the team in transition when Curacao win the ball and it's a heavy transition team. They want to score goals, they want to get forward as fast as possible. And as I say, they have good midfielders, bro. The two Bakunas are no joke. And even though Chang now go play, their midfield is no joke, and I go see it. Their midfield is better than us. So I think the only way we can combat their good midfield, their ball playing midfield, that don't necessarily lose the ball all the time, is to outnumber them in the midfield. You see me? Latibodier is much, much better in central areas than Lembikisa. Nobody in this chat can argue that. Latibodier is much more comfortable on the ball in central areas. I know he's stiff. I know he doesn't necessarily turns well on the half turn, but Lembikis, I don't know where I'm doing at Mickle at the Park. Was sick coach try it already. Steve McLaren tried it in the US Virgin Islands game. The World Cup qualifying game that we played in, I think, June or May. In June. You see me? He tried it with Lembikis, and Lembikis just like him don't know him I do, bro. Him I lose the ball at the middle of the park. First touch no good. Him now receive the ball and turn well. Him now put the ball into space and pass is not great. And even though Latibo there is not necessarily the most advancing midfielder when he's playing in the midfield, he does take care of the ball and he does keep it ticking over. Left, right. Also, Latibo there is a much, much better tackler, especially in the middle of the park. See, Big Head Boy just said. You see me? So Latibo there much, much better to play a role like this. No, if you want to go with a traditional 4-4-3, about 4-4-3, 4-3-3, or a 4-4-2 or something like that. Then I think Latibo then I think Lembikisa is much better suited to play than Latibo there because he can assist the winger much better. He can go forward and help the team much, much better than Latibo there because Latibo there can't have nothing to go forward. Latibo there now nothing to go forward. Isn't but this is how me want the team to do. This is how I think this team can play. Bobby is harder worker than both Palmer and Russell. Russell needs to be 10 because why he doesn't, he's last in the game. But that's why I have Russell up here, so. So when we have the ball, and I guess he attack off the ball. When we do have the ball, a lot about here and free are helping a build up for me. But off the ball, I see what I mean because one thing with Bobby Reed, him I go run. Bobby Reed I go run, and Bobby Reed not go stop until him get tired. You see me? So I understand that. But me just I think about the physicality of John Russell, bro. And especially when John Russell play for him team, for him club team. I think he plays as an 8 for him club team. So I think the physicality, him height and him strength in the midfield would be better than Bobby Reed. You see me? And me no want to move Bobby Reed too far from the goal. Remember say Bobby Reed are gonna turn up with a spectacular moment, Remember say Bobby Reed good for a spectacular goal, So me can't put Bobby Reed too far back. You see me? When we have the ball, I want Bobby Reed in a them channel here. Yes, I want Bobby Reed when we do have the ball. Yes, I want John Russell to make that later now. You see me? So for me, the ideal situation is to have Bobby Reed hitting these areas for Cephas. You get me? I say hitting these areas for Kadamatre. Or at least, hitting these areas. Them place I need Bobby Reed for a hit. You get me? I say? Also, if him not hit them area there, if is it that he wants to support, him cannot make the run for coming here, so. You get me? I say him cannot make the run for coming here, so for Cephas play the ball in for him. Him cannot make the midfield runner. You see me? So I need Bobby Reed up front. You get me? I say Cephas have the ball in these areas. Cephas are with the ball. Cephas are with the ball. John Russell with the late run. Kadamar 3 at the front post. And that me I expect from the team here, bro. You see me? And this is not a FIFA strategy. This is how me I expect the team to play. Commit numbers forward because that is when we play our best football. And nobody can tell me different, bro. When we have the ball, if we are build up from the right side, that is the same thing, just on the inverse. You see me? If I build up on the right side, then it is Bobby Reed a push up, or I don't want to put Ian Frey too far still, so I kind of see a little bit of a problem here. So, but Bobby Reed a push up same way, John Russell a push up, Ian Frey and Bell. Pinnock slide over, Damian Low anchor, Latibo there. Especially in a transition. Me would have want Latibo there instead of Lembikisa. You get me? I say it's much better in central areas. You see me? Get the ball out, play them ball here. Play them ball here. When Latibo there have the ball here, so this is the ball I want we play. This is the ball. I know this is wishful thinking, because I don't think it will happen. But these are the balls that I want Latibo here to be playing. Them ball here into John Russell feet. Them ball here from Pinnock into Bobby Reed into these areas. That's what I want. You get me? I say commit numbers forward. Play chaotic football, bro. This is how we're going to beat these teams. I'm going to say it again if you never hear. This is where the game is going to be won. This is where the game is going to be won. This will be our hardest game in World Cup qualifying thus far. And that is where the game is going to be won. You see me? Again, people, if anybody want to call and give them opinion, whether on my squad or who you would start with,